follow. This announcement is being brought to you by the good folks that support the dope. It's told by D2G and Red Young. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's all with something like a phenomenon. It's food for thought for those starving through Ramadan. Nothing less than the best, that's what you rockin' with. So take notes on this newness, cause you'll be jockin' in. Precious of the bunch, plenty game that we put you on. Fashion, music, we give it to the goods gone. Keeping up with the time, so you'll be in the know. Nothing but exclusives, heads up on who's next to blow. It's only dopeness we give to the masses. The promise guaranteed, ain't no pushing or whacking. So say your theatrics for plays if you've been a hater. Plus the lovely Carly Brown's your facilitator. Lead the water when we bring that fire. Here's the industry biz #1 supplier. Boy, them other stations don't want no smoke. Keep your ears tuned in and support the dope. Yeah, looking at my clock and it's about that time. 7:30 Central when we hit online. And we coming to you live from the ghost. So tell your people settle in and support the dope. Yeah, looking at my clock and it's about that time. 7:30 Central when we hit online. And we coming to you live from the ghost. So tell your people settle in and support the dope. The show.
You are now tuned in to Support the Dope Radio, which was designed to give a platform to the best, most talented, and dopest artists in the city of Chicago and equip them with the power to tell their own story in their own words. Today is Tuesday, March 7th, 2017, and you are listening to Season 2, Episode 5. I am your host, your homegirl CB, aka CB Radio. Tonight's guest hails from the south side of Chicago and is a singer, songwriter, and actor who, like many with a love for music, got his start at a very early age. Over the past few years, he has worked with several well-known artists in the music industry, such as T.I., Trae Tha Truth, Christina Milian, Avant, Usher, Chris Brown, Willie Taylor, and Brian McKnight, just to name a few. And his most recent project has everyone referring to him as RnBeezus. His mama named him D Lylez, but he is known as the artist D Lylez.
Hey. What's going on? What's up?
Just
What up?
Hanging. What's been up with you?
Man, I'm just, I've been trying to enjoy the weather. You know, Chicago is bipolar right now. You know, we're getting like 50-degree weather, and then we're getting 30, and then it's like raining. Almost had a tornado last week. You know, I'm just trying to, enjoy the weather and stay cool,
Well, I've always said the trade-off about Chicago is our summers, right? So it's kind of like you fight through the winter, the snow and even the cold rain that we get for like that long spring season that we have. It's always worth it when summertime shy hits, right?
Right.
So,
it's just the worst. Like, it's just so confusing.
Right. So anyone listening that's not from Chicago, still come see us. It's a very nice city. Just come in the summer. Summer's the greatest ever. Like, I don't think any other, and I could be biased, probably not, but I don't think any other city has a summer that compares. So
they don't have any weather that compares.
Right. We'll put it that way. But yeah, it's so great to have you on the show tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we were talking a little bit before the show started, and I was saying how I haven't really interviewed you yet, and a couple of the guests that I've had on Support the Dope Radio so far, I've interviewed, at least once or twice. So I definitely want to start from the beginning with you so that, that my listeners to the show who haven't got a chance to get to know you kind of knows your history and where you're coming from and all that good stuff. So we're going to take our time today as long as we want, and we're just going to sit back and chat, if that's okay with you.
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
Good. So we're going to go back, take us back to the beginning, how you got your start. I know that you started at, a very early age with your interest in music. How did that come about?
So I grew up in the church. My father was Pastor James W. Seiler, and the church is on the south side of Chicago, 200 West 115th Street. And I began to have a keen ear of music when I was just singing. They would just push me to sing, and I would just be all over the place with just vocals until my father was just saying, we need to put him into vocal lessons. And so that's what happened. And then when I became good at vocal lessons, he was like, well, teach him how to play the piano, whatever. And I didn't want to do that. But later on, when I started to get very, very serious with it, my singing abilities, how I was able to hear music, began to grow. And that's when I started to really grow and have a love for music. And then by the time that I was almost, I'll say 12, because I've been singing since I was 5. And when I got 12, I began to do acting and further my career in acting and singing as well, in theater and stage play. My first stage play, it was the concert, The Legacy. I played young Thomas Dorsey. And that did very great for me because I really didn't have too much any history as a youngin, about Black history, and that brought my attention to how much Thomas Dorsey had an impact on the gospel community as well as just composition as well. And it was very good for me. And that first play, I was able to go with Marla Gibbs, Brian McKnight, and Shirley Walls. And it was a great experience for me. And I remember Marla Gibbs telling me that you have a great gift. I see something in you, but you need to really stay focused in that because you could be something bigger, And I'm just starstruck. I'm like, this is Marla Gibbs, talking to me right now.
Like, how intimidating was that to, like, your first time out the gate, pretty much, you're meeting people like Marla Gibbs. Was that intimidating at all for you?
I think it was kind of intimidating for my mom, she couldn't believe it. But for me, it was just like, she became like another mom, like a grandma, on stage, like telling me to do this. How about you try to do this? And then Brian McKnight came on later in the production, which was great. Like, that was just like a surprise for me. Like, I thought that he's probably the first major singer influence that I've ever met. And he came right in and he heard me sing and he was just like, come on, let's go back, let's go harmonize. And I was like, okay, cool. And he said the same thing to me. He's like, you got a lot of potential. You just need to stay focused, groom your craft and be good, stay in school, finish school. And from there, you'll probably do great. And from there, I furthered my career in stage plays. My most recent plays, I've been working with Word Became Flesh Productions, where the director is Reverend Michael Anthony Simmons. And he gave me some star roles in those as well. Over the past 5 years, I've been doing them consecutively. And it's been doing great for me outside of music. But then in my music side, my music didn't start really popping off because I was always a Facebook sensation. I was doing remixing everybody's song, in my own kind of way. But then I really took off from my cousin Rashawn Lyles. When I finally met him, we started working on a project for Tyrese, and then I was introduced to the world of placements. And placements is really when you're writing for a major artist or trying to sell or to the likeness of whomever, in the music industry. And he introduced me to that with other people. Like Mark Hood was there when we first started. Barris Bolton, Jamie McGrone, a few other people. And the project that we was on, it was just about HH Inc., which was his writing company at the time. We were writing to grow in ourselves as better writers. Let's team up with other writers and something that the industry can't, break apart. So, and I thought that was very interesting. So after that day, I really learned the formula of how to write a song. I didn't think I was a great writer, but through that opportunity, I learned the formula to become a great writer, which is key to becoming a great artist. Your own creativity. You have to know how to write your own music. You can't depend on everybody to do everything for you, because when that happens, then that's when your career can either go up or it could go down, from that point. And that's in my own opinion. But from there, ever since that day, I've been working with my cousin. Like, he's shown me day in and day out, that, I can be great and I can continue to be great and be humble. But Roshan, his history is more so, a quiet storm. I'm in Chicago back in the day, and they were signed to Usher's mom and J. Patton. So everything that he was showing me and telling me so far as our development, I took heed to that because it helped me. Like, I think when I first started to do music, I didn't have anybody to tell me the pros and cons. Mm-hmm. And then now that I had to learn myself, then he comes and then it's like he's grooming me to become, you know, the artist that, you know, I am. And I appreciate him for that. And more so now, I released the album in 2014. It was called Alone.
Right.
And it was based off of, basically, I had a situation, a relationship that I was in, and I based it off of that. But I based it more so off of real situations that people could relate to, so far as the hurt. You know, you could misunderstand someone when you don't communicate. And I'm not the kind of person, you know, that communicates, or I used to be the kind of person that communicates in a relationship, because I was always busy, you know, and I would assume that, you know, my lady would understand whatever was happening. But to make a long story short, that album did really great for me, which led me to go on to RnBeezus. RnBeezus is basically,
well,
you know,
actually, I'm going to actually stop you right there, because I'm actually glad that you brought up the EP, because one of the songs that we're going to play tonight is Alone. Mm-hmm. So I actually want to go ahead and segue into that. That'd be perfect for us to take a quick break and take a listen to that. So if you would tell us a little bit about that song itself, about the writing in that song and how that song came to be.
Well, that's like one of the favorites on there. So that song sparked the whole album. Alone is basically a song about how I'm up one night and I'm missing the girl that I'm talking about, you know, back and forth with, you know, someone that I'm tired of arguing with, but yet I'm still thinking about you. And I just want to just come over because I miss you. But at the end of the day, it was just still about sex. So that's what that is. And you guys, this is the song Alone by D Lylez.
And we'll be right back.
Okay.
I don't wanna be alone. Ooh, it's been a few months, and I can't deny it. Can't really give up on these feelings inside. It's the way you feel, baby, and I. Every inch of this wood, we be fucking all night. Oh, I'm not used to this. I'll admit, girl, I can't be alone. I can't get with the shit, girl, you're on fire. For my desire, I can't do it, baby, no, baby, what's the deal, I'ma keep it real, I can't go another day without seeing you there, baby, what's the deal, I'ma keep it real, it's breaking me apart, it really ain't your fault, it's just I don't wanna be alone, I don't wanna be alone, see, it's been so long. I know I made a mistake, girl, I can't do it, girl, I don't wanna be alone, I don't wanna be alone, see, it's been so long without you, I know I made a mistake, girl, I can't do it, girl, wait, hold up, breaking fast on my car, racing every corner, making my way to wherever you are. Surreal to me, I never done this for a chick before. Oh, I'm not used to this. I'll admit, girl, I can't be alone. I can't get with the shit, girl.